Welcome to our channel. Today I'll be discussing the O-1 Extraordinary Ability Visa, a special visa category that allows extraordinary individuals to work in the United States. If you're an artist, scientist, entrepreneur, or athlete who has achieved significant excellence in your field, this visa might be an option for you. Let's dive into what O-1 visa is, who can apply for it, and the eligibility criteria. So are you thinking about applying for an O-1 visa? Stop and watch this video first. My name is Remzi Kulen. I'm an immigration attorney. I worked with many individuals in securing their O-1 visas. My goal is to help you understand the process. Let's start with describing what the O-1 visa is. As you know, United States has long been a country that attracts top talent. The O-1 visa is especially designed for individuals who have achieved national or international recognition in their field and who would like to continue their work in the United States. So the recognition can either be national or international. You don't have to be recognized internationally. Recognition in your own country would be sufficient. It is important to note that the O-1 visa is not for people who have achieved significant success in their field. The O-1 visa is commonly used by artists, scientists, business professionals, and artists, but it is particularly popular in arts and entertainment industry. In general, to qualify for an O-1 visa, you have to prove that you are in a distinctive position in your field, meaning you stand out from the others in your profession. Common terms used in O-1 visa applications include making groundbreaking contributions, being recognized as a leader, and having a significant influence in the field. Let's talk a little bit about the O-1 visa criteria. The criteria changes according to your profession. The O-1 has two main categories. O-1A is reserved for scientists, business professionals, and athletes. And then O-1B is reserved for artists and entertainers. Let's start with the criteria for O-1A, scientists, business professionals, and athletes. There are 7 criteria in this field, and in order to qualify for the O-1 visa, you need to prove at least 3 of them. The first criteria is receiving national or international award in your field. For example, this could include a recognition from a very well-known industry competition or receiving a prestigious scholarship or fellowship. For example, a tech entrepreneur who received the Forbes 30 Under 30 award for groundbreaking innovation in mobile applications would meet this requirement. The second criteria is being a member of exclusive professional associations that only accept individuals with outstanding achievements. An example would be a finance executive who is a charter holder in the CFA Institute, an organization known for its rigorous standards and global recognition. These are typically the organizations who would require a high level of achievement, invitation-only memberships based on merit. So we cannot count regular industry associations in this category. The third category being featured in major publications or media outlets related to your work. For example, a climate scientist whose work is featured in the New York Times or in the National Geographic would likely fulfill this requirement. These major publications can be publications in your own country or in the US. Whether a publication is major or not is determined by how many views it gets and also the kind of circulation it has compared to other publications. This could also include interviews with the applicant, profiles or mentions in respected magazines, news outlets, or professional websites. The fourth category is serving as a judge in competitions or evaluations in your industry. For example, being invited to serve on the judging panel for an international esports competition like the Intel Extreme Masters Tournament demonstrates industry recognition. With this criteria, we need to show evaluating others' work in competitions, conferences, or peer-reviewed settings. This is a category that I've seen that people stay out of mostly because it takes a lot of time to judge other people's work. Extraordinarily talented people are usually very busy. However, if you devote time to this area, it will be really good for you because you would be satisfying one of the criteria in the O-1 requirements. The fifth criteria is publishing academic articles or research papers in reputable journals. A biochemist with published work in journals like The Lancet or Nature Biotechnology would clearly meet this standard. This category may involve research articles, white papers, or other contributions in respected journals or industry platforms. The sixth category is holding an executive position in a distinguished professional organization. For example, someone serving as a CEO of a startup accepted into a top accelerator like Y Combinator is a good example of this. Examples of executive position include directing a department, leading a project, or holding a senior position in your company or institution. The seventh category is earning a high salary or demonstrating financial success in your industry. For example, a data analyst earning a six-figure salary in a Fortune 500 company would have strong financial credentials to present. This criteria could be proven by showing your income, contracts, or business revenue compared to others in your field. So to apply for an O-1 visa, you need to meet at least 3 criteria out of the 7 criteria. Now let's talk about the O-1B visa category for artists and entertainers. Some criteria are similar and some are very different. There are 6 criteria in the O-1B visa category, and again you need to meet 3 of them. The first criteria is participating in highly recognized productions or artistic events that are widely known. For example, a costume designer for a Broadway show, which is nominated for a Tony Award, would be a very strong example. In order to satisfy this criteria, you need to show that you work for widely recognized performances, exhibitions, or projects in your field. The second criteria is holding a leading or executive position in well-known artistic organizations. For example, a choreographer serving as an artistic director at a nationally acclaimed dance academy would meet this requirement. In order to prove this criteria, you need to show that you are directing, designing, or producing in a way that significantly shapes the project. The third category is being featured in media articles, reviews, or publications that recognize your work. For example, a visual artist that is recognized who has been profiled in Art Forum and interviewed by BBC Culture would clearly demonstrate recognition. In order to prove this criteria, you could submit articles, interviews, or critiques by respected resources. The fourth criteria is demonstrating significant commercial or professional success, such as high box office revenue, critical acclaim, or record sales. For example, this could include a musician whose album reached the Billboard Top 10 and accumulated many streams on platforms like Spotify. In order to prove this, you can show strong sales, streaming numbers, ticket revenue, or other measurable achievements. The fifth criteria is submitting letters from experts in your area highlighting your contributions and skills in your field. For example, for a filmmaker, letters from film professors and award-winning producers would strengthen their petition. These letters should describe the unique talent and impact in your artistic field. The sixth criteria is earning a high salary or significant financial success from your artistic work. For example, a fashion designer with lucrative brand collaborations and exclusive contracts could meet this criterion. With this criteria, what you're trying to prove is that your talent is not only recognized, but it is also in high demand. So in order to prove O-1 eligibility, you need to prove at least 3 out of the 6 criteria in the O-1B visa. A question I get most of the time is which criteria in the O-1 visa matter the most? Since O-1 visa is heavily discretionary, it is always good to go beyond the minimum to convince USCIS officers that you are really extraordinary in your field. Even though only 3 criteria is required, we usually aim for 4 or 5 to strengthen the case. This is a good practice because if USCIS officer finds 1 or 2 criteria to be insufficient, having extra qualifications or criteria would help fill in the gaps. Therefore, rather than focusing on specific criteria, the applicant should aim to demonstrate as many criteria as possible to increase the chances of approval. Most of the time, if we have 2 or 3 solid criteria, we aim to build 1 or 2 more so that we can submit the case with at least 3 to 5 criteria satisfied. In my personal opinion, although there is no one significant criteria, being recognized in your field, press and publication, and industry experts talking highly about you and your talent would be the most significant criteria. Although there is no such thing as the strongest criteria in the O-1 field, according to my experience, if people and experts in your field are talking about you and your talent and you are recognized, you are mentioned in publications, in the media, this seems to be the most significant factor to establish that you're really national or internationally recognized in your field. So I would say press and publications would matter the most. In conclusion, the O-1 visa is a great option for individuals who have excelled in their field and wish to bring their talents to the US. However, the application process requires strong evidence and proof of extraordinary ability. If you are considering about applying for an O-1 visa, make sure you meet at least 3 criteria outlined in the O-1A or O-1B visa options. And also try to strengthen the case by aiming at least 1 or 2 more criteria. I've been practicing immigration law for more than 20 years and I have helped many artists, business professionals, athletes, executives, scientists, obtain O-1 visas in their fields. In fact, we do these evaluations for free. If you go to our website, there's a button that says Request Free Evaluation. If you click on that, and if you fill out the O-1 questionnaire without any missing information, we would be able to evaluate if you are a good fit for the O-1 visa, and we'll get back to you with a free evaluation. In my next video, I'll try to explain the application procedure for O-1 visa. What kind of documents we get together, how long it takes for USCIS to consider this application, and also how to apply for a change of status within the US or apply for O-1 visa at the consulate. If you have any questions about the O-1A or O-1B and how to qualify for them and the criteria that goes along with it, please let me know your questions in the comments section below, and I'll try to respond to them as much as I can. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like the video. Thanks for watching. See you at the next video.